week is, why is so much French used in some of our churches? The person asking this question tried to set the context, acknowledging the history of French-speaking Catholics settling in some parts of our diocese, but wondering why today there is so much French still used in some masses. Indeed, over the years, our Archdiocese has been home to many different language groups. It would originally have been the indigenous communities and their languages, Beaver, Cree, Dene. The French coming from Quebec were among the first non-indigenous to settle here. Most of the Oblate missionaries who worked with indigenous peoples learned their languages, but their own first tongue was French. As well, Ukrainian, Polish, Dutch, and German settlers also staked out farming communities in our region. They too kept their own languages from the old country, speaking them at home, in their schools, and in their churches. Over time, most of these communities have been fully integrated into the English language. Our French-speaking communities, however, have tried to retain as much of their heritage and language as possible. I believe it's significant that Canada is a bilingual country. Both English and French are protected in the Constitution and promoted in law. There still remains several communities in Deanery 1, the McLennan Deanery, that have a majority or a significant minority who speak French at home, while they admittedly also speak English. I feel it's important to support these communities as much as possible in their aspirations. I feel the same sentiment for the indigenous communities in this Archdiocese. Supporting this has not always been easy. Finding bilingual priests to serve these parishes can be difficult. Because of the mix of French and English speakers in the parish, these priests will celebrate bilingual masses more so than totally English or totally French. There is still one parish in this Archdiocese that has its liturgies entirely in French. When I have occasion to visit these parishes myself, I will honor the customs that the parish has established. Whether they celebrate Mass in one language or both, I will gladly preside in that same manner. However, my ability to speak French is weak enough that I will rarely preach a homily totally in French. Some of you may know that various dioceses and Francophone school boards in Alberta have come together in an organization called CEFA, the Committee for Education in the Faith among Francophone Albertans. CEFA provides valuable resources for all Franco-Albertan Catholics that may be difficult for any one diocese or school board to access on their own. Our Archdiocese takes part, as well as our Francophone school board. I happen to be the present liaison bishop on the board of CEFA. Above all, it's important we remember that the word Catholic means universal. The Catholic Church is home to all peoples around the globe. Each of these can feel at home in the one faith of the Church, along with their particular culture, language, and traditions. Languages other than our own are to be valued and celebrated. It makes us all Catholic. In conclusion, I want to thank you again for sending us your questions and supporting this series. If there are any questions that you would like to ask me, and remember we keep our questions totally anonymous, I remind you again to please send them by commenting on this video, messaging our social media, or emailing our communications officer, Kyle Grenham. May God bless you. Que le Seigneur vous bénisse.